Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I am Carla Dennis, and I'm here for Homeschool Encouragement 101. Yeah, you know what, y'all, that's just the name that just kind of sticks in my mind, that just kind of sticks out in my mind. Homeschool Encouragement 101. So I'm going to go with that. But hey, how are you doing? And how have you been doing since the last video? I hope you're doing well. So on today, we are going to talk about getting all of the legalities out of the way. Now, I remember on the last video, let me just refresh your memory. On the last video, we talked about replenishing. We talked about how homeschooling is just as much spiritual as it is physical. And we also talked about seeking out support, right? Okay, so yes, replenishing daily, just to give you a refresher, replenishing daily is important because just like you eat your physical food, your body, your mind, you need to be replenished daily, right? So that may look like, at night after you have put your kids down, or, depending on what their ages are, after you've put your kids down for the evening and you have your time, you and your husband, or just you by yourself, that's your time to replenish. Or if it's in the morning before you even make any human contact with anybody in your household, and it's just you and God, and you're meditating, you're reading your Bible, you're getting, some word on the inside of you so that you can be built up and ready to face the day and ready to school your children, But whenever that time is for you, it's important for you to replenish daily. Yes. And then, like I said before, homeschooling is just as much spiritual as it is a physical thing, because not only are you teaching your children, a curriculum, or reading, language arts, math, science, social studies. Yes, that's the physical thing, right? But you are also building them up spiritually as well. Okay. And seek out support. You need support. Yes, you do. And support, what does support look like? It could be a homeschool support group, because no man is an island. It's not to say that you're not capable of homeschooling your children. However, you know, uh, there may be a subject that, you may not be as strong in, and there may be somebody, in that homeschool support group who says, okay, well, on Wednesdays, I teach geometry and calculus, blah, 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 and we're going to do it from 3 o'clock to 4:30. And, we'll have this group, and you know what I'm saying? However, you have to do that, but definitely seek out support, you know. Let your husband know, if you, mom, are the one that's doing the homeschooling, then let your husband know, honey, I need you to help me with this. It may not necessarily be something with the homeschool, but honey, I need you to, wash a couple of loads, you know, while I grade these papers. You know what I'm saying? So support. Definitely, you need the support. Okay. All right. Now, getting to what we're going to be talking about today. On today, we are going to be talking about the legalities of homeschooling your child or your children. So, what I have here, I have it pulled up um, on my device here, the Georgia Department of Education, because I live in the state of Georgia. So, whatever state that you live in, you need to visit the Department of Education's website. Okay. So, in my case, I live in Georgia. Now, on this website, I am under the homeschool section. And on this website, it's giving me all of the information that I need to get started. Okay. No, as a homeschool parent, you are not going to get paid to homeschool your children. As a teacher in a school gets paid to teach children there. No, you do not get paid to homeschool your children, okay? So, but on here, it's going to give you information on registrations and rules for homeschools. Um, on this page, if I wanted to, now this is what I wanted to tell you about a declaration of intent. Each year by September 1st, you will have to fill out what's called a declaration of intent. The declaration of intent lets the state of Georgia know that your intentions are to homeschool your child or your children. Okay? All right. And it stays on file for a year. So every year before September 1st, let me make sure I said that right. Yes. Every year by September 1st, it must be filled out. Okay. Or if you, let's say, for instance, you start your homeschool like in the middle of the school year, like in the month of February, like we're in February. Let's say you start homeschooling in the month of February. Well, you have 30 days from the date that you begin your homeschool or from the time that your homeschool is established. You have 30 days to file your declaration of intent with your state. Okay? Very, very, very important. It's the law. You have to do this. You have to do that. Okay. That's not something I'm just telling you. It's the law. You have to file your declaration of intent with the state that you reside in. Okay. And then, like I said, on this page, there is a lot of information that will allow you to get started and that will answer a lot of the questions that you may have. Because on the Department of Education, now for the state of Georgia, it's GA, like Georgia, GADOE.org. And I will also put it in I will put the link also on this video. Here it tells you what you're required to teach your children. You are required to teach mathematics, English, language arts, science, social studies, and reading. Okay. And you can also teach other things, but those are the required areas that you have to teach your children. Okay. And then it just gives you, there's just a lot of information. It talks about standardized testing and when you have to test your children. You have to test your homeschool children have to be tested every 3 years. Every 3 years, not yearly, like publicly educated children. Okay, so that's something that you need to know. It talks about the types of tests, standardized test here, attendance. Now, when I was homeschooling my children, which was, they're grown now, so it's been a while, but when I was homeschooling my children, I had to submit an attendance form monthly to the school district that we were in. I had to submit the attendance, but since then they stopped that. The county that I was living in, they stopped it. However, go to your state's page and make sure of whatever it is that you have to do where attendance is concerned, whether you have to submit a record of their intended attendance or not, because that is very important for you to be in compliance. And do you know something about being compliant? When I was homeschooling my children, I documented everything. The attendance forms that I sent, I faxed over a form to the county and I kept one for myself. Um, their work, I kept samples of their work. I just everything, and I'm talking about I had so much homeschooling stuff even after my children graduated, because you know what? I did not want was somebody knocking on my door. Okay? That was not going to happen. So I kept a record of everything. And do you know that it wasn't until last year when my husband and I we moved into our new house? It wasn't until then, because I was packing and I was, throwing away some things or whatever. It wasn't until then that I threw away like some of this, some of my children's schoolwork. And, it wasn't until then that I threw the stuff away. But I did keep some of their, work just for sentimental reasons. And so, one day I may pull it out and say, hey, this is what how you used to write when you were such and such an age when I was teaching you cursive, or, whatever the case may be, you know. But your Department of Education in your state, that's going to be a great asset for you, because on this website, there is so much information that lets you know where you need to start, let you know what you need to teach, how to submit the Declaration of Intent. For the state of Georgia, you can submit it online, but you can also fax it and send it in the mail. So I can't stress it enough. Be in compliance, okay? Let your homeschool be in compliance, because what you want to do, you want to do it in excellence. You do. You want to. You want your homeschool to be done. You want that to be executed in excellence. All right. Y'all, that's 10 minutes. Oh my God, that was long. So the next thing that we're going to talk about on the next video is going to be curriculum. Woo! Now there's a whole lot to be said about curriculum, and we're going to get into that in our next video. However, what I want to do is I want to leave you with an encouraging word on today. And I am going to be coming from Psalms 127, verses 3 through 5, and it says, children, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation. It says, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from him. Children born to a young man are like arrows in a warrior's hands. How joyful is the man whose quiver is full of them. Your children are a blessing, and we as parents owe them our best. You've made the decision to homeschool. Give them the best. Give them the best. All right, we're going to talk about curriculum on the next go around. Have an awesome, awesome week, and I'll see you next time.